Hello everybody, today I'm going to be talking about why I think it's best we don't need Dark Souls 4 and why From Software I think should keep going in the way that they're going and exploring new ideas with new IPs. So sit back, relax and let me talk you through all the points I have. Now we get on to the trilogy, and I'm not going to be hating on any of these games. I love all these games, but I'm going to be talking about what each game is like innovated in a way, and where From Software has went on from there. Because it started with Dark Souls, which was still a bit clunky, I want to say at the time. It had its four directional rolling and all that, it's blocking and that, all the core things which they learned from Demon Souls, but more balanced as well with things like your stamina, your health and all that, and even things like the hollowing system, because they didn't have the soul system from Demon Souls where it would cut your health in half. And with each game From Software, they would learn from them about mistakes or just what wasn't received the best, and also what was received well, and then they would innovate it into the next game and that. And this wasn't always the case with all mechanics. Like for example, you have Dark Souls 2, it's power stancing that didn't come to Dark Souls 3, where I was like, I think it should have, because that really innovated it. But Dark Souls was really also another like stepping off point almost for like a lot of people. It's like, oh, actually others like start the Souls series as well, because like we said, not everyone played Demon Souls, but Dark Souls, it was more praised, more successful, it got out there more, and this would lead From Software to go on to make Dark Souls 2. And yes, Hidetaka Miyazaki did not direct Dark Souls 2. It's looked upon just as like the worst Souls game and that in the trilogy, and it did some questionable things, but was also innovating new things. And this gets again just onto my point of why maybe Dark Souls 4 shouldn't happen, or at least just not for a while, where it's going to be more like fresh on that. Because let's say we had it right now, people would be like, why is this not in? Why is that not in? Whereas, let's say like heck a decade passed or something, then Dark Souls 4 came out, or heck maybe just even another sequel to a Souls game, then people will just be like, oh yay, new Souls game. Let's maybe just see what they did instead of being like why is not this not in, why is not that in, and all that. So yeah, because yes, Dark Souls 2 did do questionable things, like I had power stance on that, which I did like, but then it had the slower thing mechanics like the healing and the life gems, and the iframes tied to resistance. But let's go to Dark Souls 3. And with Dark Souls 3, again, it brought new mechanics and took out old mechanics, and also brought in old mechanics. And again, it was a similar thing. Like it sold even better than the first two games, because it's the third one in the trilogy now, as we know, or in the Soul series. And everyone was happy and also not happy with what was wrong. Like you had it was quicker pace, because Bloodborne at the time that came out a year prior, that was successful. Then you saw From Software was taking successful things from other IPs as well, which at the time was only Bloodborne. And then you also had things like the dual wield weapons now, which replaced power stancing in a way. So people were less creative, but also let From Software do more movesets and all that. And everyone had different opinions from all that, and that again gets me to the point of, do we need Dark Souls 4 on that? Because we've seen how From Software can be with new IPs, and we've also seen how people are in general and how they are with the Dark Souls series. Now I'm not saying they've done a horrible job or the community is wrong or right even, because everyone has their own opinion, and the devs at the end of the day, they want to make the game which they were known for, and they also want to make the fans happy and that, which obviously they're trying to do. And you see with Dark Souls 4, it's like, would our expectations be too high? Would they be too low? We just wouldn't know. You see, we don't know how people are going to take it. And also Dark Souls 3 ended in a nice conclusion in my opinion. The story ended well in the base game and the DLC, and it was just like an overall love letter for the fans, and I think it just ended on a nice note. And I trust From Software when it comes to making new IPs now, which we will now get on to. Now we get on to Bloodborne. Came out in 2015, exclusive to the PS4, and was a new IP. So what was so special about this game though? Because it's not Dark Souls, it's a game exclusive to a next gen console at the time, so that was already a bit of a price you had to pay, as well as paying for the game, and it was a new IP. What was there to like and all that? And compared to nowadays, people are calling this game From Software's best piece and a masterpiece, which even got nominated for Game of the Year. So, firstly, that just shows something in my opinion. It didn't win, but a nomination is still, pretty nice. And they just, From Software, it was their most favourite game to work on, which, shows a lot, because they got to be different with it and all that. It wasn't a Dark Souls game, so people didn't have expectations, they could go in blind. Like, it was a bit like playing Dark Souls 1 again, or Demon Souls again, because it was new, it was fresh. And I'm not saying just doing sequels to games are bad, because the Dark Souls games are good and will always be good to me and have a special place in my heart. But this is now the Souls series. From Software went on to do something more, and they're defining more of their own like subgenre they have made. It's not just the Dark Souls series, it's the Souls series now. We've had Demon Souls, which technically wasn't counted as a Dark Souls game. We've had the Trilogy, which has done a lot for this series and that. And then we had Bloodborne, which was faster paced, and it made From Software experiment. Like, without Bloodborne, maybe Dark Souls 3 would have been slower paced than that. And this is why I see From Software with their new IPs being more important, and this is why I'm also, excited for Elden Ring and that, because they get to be more creative and free and that. And we saw the same thing with Sekiro and that actually won Game of the Year in 2019, and it shows that From Software, they're experimenting more, and they're just trying out more things, getting more like skills and all that. They're showing just how good of a company they are, and this is why I also think that From Software could almost leave the Dark Souls trilogy alone at that now. There's 3 whole games there with beautiful base games and DLC, and it concluded amazingly. And then you had Bloodborne, which is an amazing game and also with an amazing DLC, which people call a masterpiece. And then you had Sekiro, which a few of us have played. It got Game of the Year in 2019 at the Game Awards, and that was just a work of art, and can also be argued it had the best combat in any Souls game, in my opinion, because it was always engaging and that. And again, we could have not seen this with like a Dark Souls 4 and that. And it's new, it's fresh. Like you see how much more like colourful Sekiro is and that. Like you can even see in the background right now how beautiful of a fight this is. And I'm not saying again Dark Souls didn't have these things, because it did, but it's what Dark Souls did, but almost better in a way. And that's why Elden Ring, I think, could also go on to be like From Software's just best piece to date. It's being more open world now, which is like it's not the linear Dark Souls game, and people can't be like oh, I expected this or that. We can obviously go into these games maybe expecting things like a health bar, stamina, maybe equipment burden even, but they've even removed that in some games like Bloodborne and Sekiro. You even had a talking protagonist in Sekiro, and I think in a way they made it more like friendly towards newer people. It's giving their consumers options than that, and as a company it's just doing really well for them. And this is why I think, at least for now, we should go with Dark Souls 4, because they've spoke about the game, saying it wouldn't be for a long time. People even want a Bloodborne 2, which I think honestly would be better to make at the moment. I know it could be a PS5 exclusive, yes, but I think, with the groundwork they made with Bloodborne and that, for example, it could have a lot to go. Same with almost a Sekiro 2 in a way, but From Software have also shown that just their independent titles can, like stand their ground in a way, and just make amazing impacts. And also in a way this makes people, like wanting more in a way, instead of being like, we expect a Dark Souls 4 or something, they're like, no, here, you're going to take the formula we've made and all that, but have it in a new way and all that, experience it. So it's always fresh for, the consumer and all that. But anyway, this video has been dragging on for a while. Just let me know your opinions in the comments, and if you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching. I am really, excited for Elden Ring and guess what From Software bring in the future, because like I said, I really love these games, and I'll trust wherever pretty much From Software go, because they've built that trust and all that, and they seem to know what they're doing and all that. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I will catch all of you amazing people in the next one, where who knows, maybe we'll just be talking more about the Souls games, because that's what you can expect on this channel. And I'm thinking about going to do some like ranking videos, you know, just talking like in depth about each of these games in a way, just what I like and don't like, and we'll see where we're going from there. But yeah, again, I know this has been a longer one, but I will catch all of you in the next one.